Hi, my name's Sayre Devins, and I'm the CEO of Arkansas Support Network. Arkansas Support Network provides a Community Distinction Award. And in this award, we highlight the people and the organizations that are carrying out the mission of Arkansas Support Network. They're not working for us. They may not even be working with us. They may not even know what the mission of Arkansas Support Network is. But the values that drive their work are the values that drive our work, and they are living the mission of ASN, whether they know it or not. So we take this opportunity and award annually to an individual and organization from the community who's shown dedication and commitment to support the vision of an inclusive community. We believe that every person, regardless of disability, deserves to live in a loving home and in a caring community. And we know that in order to achieve that goal, that we not only have an obligation and a responsibility to support people to be in the community, but it is our work to make sure that we support our community to be welcoming of every citizen that lives here. We also believe that with the appropriate supports, every person can live and thrive in the community. And the key phrase here is oftentimes appropriate supports, being able to have the social supports and the networking supports that allow them to be thriving members of their community and live meaningful lives. We commit to working hard to make sure that we're always seeing people through the lens of value, worth, and asset, not only for the people that we support, but for the people we employ, for our community members, for the people that we fellowship with, for the people that we do life with every single day.
I serve as an outreach coordinator for Marshall Street Families here at ASN. And a lot of my work is really connecting families with children with disabilities with resources, building relationships with the school and the families, and supporting these families in their child's educational development and journey. So, personally, I've known Albius a few years. I've originally moved from California in 2010, and then I've always heard his name. I've always heard his name in the community. He's always been one of the greatest resources we have, one of the greatest community leaders we have here in the Northwest Arkansas and across the U.S. So. And yeah, it's been a few years. Albius, he's let's see, it's one of our most vocal community members. I know he's been in Springdale for most of his life, I believe. But yeah, even living in other states, you do hear his name because of the advocacy work he does for people, for our community here. And yeah, he's driven by wanting to help, mainly because he does understand the cultural ties we have with everyone in our community. So a lot of our advocacy drive comes from our understanding of family in our culture, and coming from a Pacific, island, everybody's like related to everyone. So, someone asks you, for help, most of the time you could literally connect your ancestry together. So I think that's one of the special thing about doing this type of work. Being a community leader, a lot of people trust you. I know he's one of our, the vocal, individuals in supporting a lot of our family members that work in these poultry plants, which a lot of our people, work in these industries, helping them, find resources, fighting for, workers' rights. So yeah, I think he's been really he's been in the forefront of that fight. If we didn't have him in this fight with the whole pandemic, I think we would have, I think our community would have suffered a lot more. He has been one of our pillars in helping a lot of our families and friends, finding resources, getting people who want to help into supporting organizations or individuals or just everyday families. I think because how persistent he's been, how committed he's been. He's been doing this type of work since he was young, just based on his record of helping our people, getting connected with resources, or just our everyday struggles. He's always been there. Yeah, well, what Albius, just want to say I'm so proud that you are being recognized for this important work you have been doing. I firmly believe that if we didn't have you in this community or here in the States, we would have been far worse than where we have been already. You have shown that you are a vital individual in our community. So it is important for a lot of our younger folks to recognize the type of work you are doing, because you have proven that you don't need a big organization to back you up. You don't need come from abundance of wealth, but you have proven that just with a lot of heart, determination, and love for your own people, and that's all you need, and you have proven that. I'm surprised how you're able to continue to fight for your people this long. Even for myself, I look up to you as one of our positive figures in this community. So I just want to say I appreciate everything you have done and you are doing what you are doing. And I'm just so happy that you're receiving this award. So congratulations, Jaraman, and I hope to learn more from you. Benin with Jaraman.
Okay, thank you again. My name is Albius Ladior. I moved to Springdale. It was really hard. There was few family at that time that I came. Small community. Everybody know each other, and as the time goes by, there was a lot of Marshallese moving to Arkansas, mostly in Springdale. So it's being a honor to be here as a Marshallese. A lot of opportunity for us as we Marshallese come here to U.S. with our own passport. Come here freely. We can come and go as we want. We can work without permit, but we pay tax. But some of the benefit we cannot get. One of the things that we cannot get is privilege to vote. So that's one of the things that we Marshallese want to get. So I'm grateful that I'm one of the one of the few families that came early during 97. I think those here are the first few here that the Marshallese start coming to Arkansas, mostly Northwest Arkansas. Been doing a lot of work for the Marshallese community and love doing it. Doing the calendar that help is like guiding book for my Marshallese community that help them understand where they need to go if they need help. So that's one of the things that I love doing for my community. They were having struggle at the butchering company not paying them their wage while they're quarantined. So there was 3 of my family members came to my house, even thought they were positive. They were in quarantine, but they would really need help. That's why I really told myself to take the challenge. It was really a struggle moment for us, but I was grateful that a lot of community members stepped forward, all the churches, all the group that came forward to adopt a martialist family to help them during those times they were in quarantine without paying. Just imagine 6 weeks of pay, and after you return to work, your employer pay you only 2 weeks. And even though I was one man, meaning that I was worked by myself with free, I did with all my heart because my people was really struggling, and I know that I helped many. So I want to say thank you for allowing us to accept the award PF of the community.